people are condemning her, saying that this is an issue that's supposed to be resolved internally. Now, there is nothing as bad as when people feel like they're in a country where the system cannot, give them a fair hearing, where they don't trust the system to come through for them. Don't be shocked, don't be surprised when people like that start going outside to seek validation, to look for people who can at least listen to them. I'm sure that is the situation that she's in, right? That's the position she's in right now. It's looking like nobody is ready to listen to her. But they left her with no choice. So she has decided to do it this way. Will that favor her? Well, it's not in our place to decide if it's a good step or the right thing to do. But she knows better what is good for her. And she has decided to do it that way. Hopefully it favors her. So we are still on the case involving the senator representing Kogi Central, Honorable Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, and the Senate President Godswill Akpabio. Now, the recent case is that Natasha has dragged Honorable Godswill Akpabio to the UN. She has taken the case to the United Nations. Now, a lot of people, are criticizing her for taking such an internal issue to, the United Nations. But then she made a statement saying that she has nowhere else to go to. And I can understand that, because when she tendered her petition, nobody listened to her. The next thing, she's been suspended. So you can understand why she's feeling like there is nobody who wants to listen to her. And if for nothing, some people who came out to speak, women criticizing her, where do you expect her to go to? Now, it's not like the United Nations, that assembly, I think it's called the Inter-Parliamentary Union. It's not like they can persecute, it's not like they can sanction, nothing, but it's like she decided to go to a place of like minds, people who can listen to her, people who are like her, women who may or can understand her plight, just to speak to them and see if they can join their join their voices together and amplify her case. Well, listen to her.
I come with a heavy heart from Nigeria, but first I'd like to apologize to Honorable Kafila Obara. I am not here to bring shame to our country. I'm here to seek help for the women of Nigeria. Again, my name is Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. 5 days ago, on the 6th of March 2025, I was suspended. As a senator, I was suspended illegally because I submitted a petition of sexual harassment against the President of the Nigerian Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio. I thought that by submitting the petition, he would recuse himself, and both of us will submit ourselves to the Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public Petition for a fair and transparent investigation. But unfortunately, I was silenced and I was suspended. I was suspended for 6 months, amongst many other stringent conditions, such as taking away my security, taking away all the officials, vehicles and other items that were handed over to me as a senator. My salaries will be cut off. I must not appear anywhere near the National Assembly. And for 6 months, I'm not to introduce myself or present myself as a senator locally in Nigeria or internationally. That means I'm here illegally, but I have no other place to go but to come here and speak to you women, because this is a bigger picture. This is a bigger picture. It depicts the crisis of women political representation. My suspension is not just about me. It's about the systemic exclusion of women from political leadership in Nigeria. Women make up 3.6% of political offices. And in the Senate, it's just 2.8. We have 109 men and only 4 of us are women. So right now, it's 108 with only 3 women. This is a clear case of political victimization, punishment for speaking out against impunity, corruption, and gender-based violence. The United Nations Declaration 48-104 declares sexual harassment as a form of gender violence. The Senate's actions are an assault on democracy. I was elected by my constituents to represent them, yet a few powerful men have unilaterally decided to silence their voices by suspending me for 6 months. My call for an open and transparent investigation into harassment allegations have been met with hostility instead of accountability.
Like I said, people are condemning her, saying that this is an issue that's supposed to be resolved internally. Now, there is nothing as bad as when people feel like they're in a country where the system cannot, give them a fair hearing, where they don't trust the system to come through for them. Don't be shocked, don't be surprised when people like that start going outside to seek validation, to look for people who can at least listen to them. I'm sure that is the situation that she's in, right? That's the position she's in right now. It's looking like nobody is ready to listen to her. Is that like the right thing to do, the right way to go about it? Maybe there could have been another way to go about it, but they left her with no choice. So she has decided to do it this way. Will that favor her? Well, it's not in our place to decide if it's a good step or the right thing to do. We can only just say our bit, but she knows better what is good for her, and she has decided to do it that way. Hopefully it favors her. Anyway, the IPU, they actually have given the case. They said the case that they are giving Godswill Akpabio an opportunity for fair hearing, and that's only fair. If somebody is bringing a case, it's only right for you to hear from the other person. So they have made it clear that they are not going to judge the matter until they hear from the other side. And to me, it's fair enough. So listen to them.
There was a matter before I close the meeting. There was a matter that arose during the first session, which we had this morning. The matter that was raised by our colleague from Nigeria, Senator Natasha, and because all of us heard what she said, and it only serves us better if I put a word in what she has said. So I would like to say we have heard her concerns, and having heard her, it would have been an opportunity for all of us to understand more about what she has said. But because we listened only on her side, as an institution, as IPU, we will be taking the concerns that have been raised, not only taking her side, but also giving a chance to listen to the other side, as it is a custom for IPU. And after having listened to the other side, we will take steps as necessary. So I thought it was necessary for us to say a word about it and then be able to take it further. So we have taken care of. We have taken the concerns that she raised, and we will be working on them, of course, having listened to the other side, and we will be able to take steps after that.
You see, we wouldn't have gotten to this point if two of them had done the right thing. Ego took the better part of them, and see where we are. We are digging deep, like digging deep. We are going deeper and deeper, something that's supposed to have been resolved without us even knowing. I remember doing a video saying these people are friends. Before, outside the Senate, they are friends. When she wedded, Godswill Akpabio was there. So they are kind of family friends that they would have sorted this thing without it degenerating to this point. But hey, it's here. What would they do? They've gotten to a point of no return. They will only keep going further. But whether Akpabio will honor this invitation, I don't know. But because it's not a place that is binding, he's not under any obligation to be there. He may not go there personally. Maybe he might just write to them. I think it's just an honorable thing to do. Just write to them so that they hear your own side of the story. they can't take any decision. They can't sanction. They can't pronounce judgment. They can't do anything. But it's an honorable assembly. So I just think maybe it's just right you honor them with at least, even if you're not going there in person. If you're going to send a representative or you're going to write them a letter. Yeah. But you see, for Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, she get coconut head. She know the hear word. She's saying that she's going to serve her 6-month suspension. Clean. She's going to do it. But when she comes back, the first day she's returning, she's still filing that petition against the Senate President.
I told them that I will stand the 6-month suspension, and the very first day I return, I will represent my petition on sexual harassment. And I will continue doing so until there is a fair and transparent investigation. I will fight, thank you. I will fight this injustice and continue to represent my constituents, whether the Senate wants to hear me or not. I will work with women's group, civil society, and legal teams to ensure that this unconstitutional suspension is quashed. This is bigger than me. This is about ensuring that no other woman in politics or public office will ever be silenced again. Thank you so much.
That means the fight continues. And I wish they hadn't gotten to this point, but the fight continues. Anyway, in the meantime, the Chairman House Committee on Ethics and Privileges public petition, Natasha, it's like the man is not like wanted in the US. It's like he's been disbarred from practicing in the US. Well, he's a lawyer, and after pronouncing this judgment against Natasha, he was even the one that said Natasha's case is dead on arrival. Like, with these findings about him, Natasha and ethics should not be in the same sentence, because they are saying now that he is an attorney practicing in New York, and I don't know, for misconduct. That misconduct that we don't know, but some people are saying is fraud. I don't know. Allegedly. So they are saying that he was disbarred from practicing or coming close to any court in New York. So you see, when you point a finger at someone, the other 4 fingers are pointed right back at you. So you sat down and judged over, mind you, he's a senator representing Edo South at the Senate. Now, this man came into the Senate under the Labour Party. They are one of those who obviously enjoyed or rode on the OB movement to win. Because, trust me, it has always been a case between PDP and APC, the race. The Labour Party is not even in the picture. But they are those that benefited from the OB movement, and he won. Now, I'm not trying to say the other two, if it's APC or PDP, would have been better. But I'm saying that it's like a lot of people didn't do due diligence, because I'm sure they didn't think he was even going to win, or he stood a chance. He's now a senator, somebody who has been disbarred from practicing law in the US, came back to Nigeria, repackaged himself, ran for the Senate, won, and is in the Senate representing and throwing out people's case without even giving them fair hearing. Is that how you've been practicing your law in America? You won't even give people the right to fair hearing, even if their case is not they don't have a case. But at the least you can do is to listen to them and not just trash their case like that. You see, Nigerians, if they're ready for you, they will dig at depths about you when and if necessary. So you are, based on these findings now, not clean, but you sat down and judged over this woman's matter like you are a saint. Now, the Akpabio that has been accused, he sat down there. You didn't think there's anything wrong with him sitting down there judging over his matter. He's the one being accused of something. Instead, the person that brought the petition is the one that is being suspended. And the person who is being accused is there, and he's not even, owning up to anything. Instead, he's the one judging, presiding over his own case. How long are we going to continue like this? The Senate is supposed to be a place that is honorable, not a place where things like this happen. So you see, you too, you have skeleton in your cupboard. All of them. I'm sure when they carry out census in that Senate, the things that we will hear, or we will read, or we will see, our mouth cannot say it. A lot of them, they are just there and giving out rules and regulations. Meanwhile, a lot of them are full of, they are not clean. That's just the best way I can describe it. They are not clean. We are watching this case, and we're going to follow it to the end. I don't know where it's going to take her. I don't know if she's going to get the, let me put it this way. Natasha looks like a very smart woman. I'm not sure she went there to the UN thinking that they are going to, give her any, they're going to do any sanctions, give Akpabio sanctions on it. I think she knows why she went there. She just wanted to be in a place of like mind, a place where women are, and then present her case. I'm sure she knows that nothing, they can't expressly do anything like that. They don't have such powers, right? So, but like I said, we're watching what this visit to the UN is going to bring about. I am not quite sure. I don't know. But one thing is sure, that this woman is going to keep fighting. And as long as she remains suspended, this will continue to be a topic, and we'll continue to talk about it. So I just hope they resolve this issue. I don't know if they are at the point of no return at this point, but I think I don't think there's anything that cannot be resolved, right? So hopefully they'll resolve this issue and call her back to the Senate and do the things properly, the way it's supposed to be done. At least hear her, listen to her. That is the least you can do. Anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and let's continue to build this community. I see you again in my next video. Bye for now.